Hi guys, this is Rob, and today I'm going to be doing a review on something that I picked up as part of a trade. It was kind of just like a little throw-in buffer, and I had not done a review on one thus far, so I thought go ahead and take a little bit of time and give you my opinion and the rundown on this gun. It is a Lorcin 380. It's a pretty heavy gun. It's made of metal. The mag release is right here in the handguard. It holds a 7-round 380 magazine. It definitely feels pretty junky and cheap to me. I believe this gun new runs around $200. They're made out of California. It is roughly the same size as my Glock 26, almost identical in size, but then weight, this just completely surpasses the Glock 26. This gun does have a manual thumb safety right there that also feels very cheap. Everything about this gun feels pretty cheap. I probably have about $35 in this gun, so I mean, you can pick them up used for under $100 pretty much any day of the week. The breakdown of this gun is kind of odd. First I'll show you. There's nothing in there. It does not have a slide stomp to hold the slide back, so that's another thing that I don't really like about it, in addition to the thumb safety and then the breakdown. So you're going to want to cock it and pull the trigger, and then right here where this little firing pin, it's not the firing pin, but when it's cocked, you can tell that it has been cocked by this little notch here, and now it's gone. To break the gun down, I have a really long screwdriver here, but you push on this little thing and lift back and up on the slide, which sometimes can be kind of tricky. And you got to watch for that spring to go shooting out. But there is the breakdown. And the spring will come out for your basic cleaning. Then, as I said, there's the firing pin, and my firing pin spring shot out, as well as the little cap. Hold on one moment. There we are. Which is also just a little piece of plastic. So you're going to slide the cap over the spring, and then there's a little groove, so you can push it back, which it has to be pushed back to go back into the gun. And the way I found to do this easiest is to insert the barrel into the hole, push forward, and then when it gets to this point, just go ahead and take your tool that you used to take it apart the first time, push in, and it'll slide back into place. And everything will work fine. Well, as fine as it does work with this gun. To give you a quick size comparison, this is my Glock 26. If we stand them both on their barrel, you can see that the Lorcin is just a hair taller, not really by much at all. If we set them on their backs, you can see that the Lorcin is a little longer, with the pinky extension especially. But you can get the pinky extension for the Glock as well, and it also adds 2 more rounds. So now I've got 12 rounds in the Glock and 7 in the Lorcin, and the Lorcin is only holding 380 rounds. As you can see, they're both pretty close to the same thickness. I'm going to say that the Lorcin definitely appears to be a little bit thicker than the Glock. I don't know if you can tell really by that angle, but they're pretty much the same size gun in terms of dimensionally. When it comes to weight, though, the Glock 26 is fully loaded and still doesn't even compare to the weight of this unloaded Lorcin 380. I did take it out and shoot it, and I just did that today, and I had a lot of issues with it. It holds 7 rounds, as I said. First round fired fine, second round failure to feed, so I cleared that, chambered it, first round fired fine, failure to feed. And that happened probably 3 or 4 times in a row, where it would fire a round and then not chamber the next round. And then it finished off the 5 rounds that I had left in the magazine, all went off just fine. But when I first started shooting it, it was pretty much, you would cock it, and that would chamber the round, but it wasn't chambering the next round, the follow-up round. So it did have a feeding issue. I don't know if you can see in the pictures, but now the feed ramp has been polished, so I'm hoping that will alleviate a little bit of the problems with the failure to feed. I'm going to go put a few more rounds through it today and see what the conclusion is with that. I don't plan on keeping this gun. I got it as part of a trade, just a little something extra to make the deal into my favor, and I'll probably use it in a similar fashion. So it does have not too bad of sights. They are milled into the slide. There's no changing them or putting different sights on them. They are 3-dot setup. So my opinion on a scale of 1 to 10 of what I would rate this Lorcin 380, it would probably have to come in around a 2 or a 3. It's really not that great of a gun, and for a budget gun of this price range, especially if you're buying new, which this is around $200 new, I would highly recommend, if your budget only allows something like that, to go with the High Point 380 or the High Point C9. It's around $150 to $160, and it is probably close to the same weight as the Lorcin, but it is far more accurate in my hands. And as far as reliability goes, I have not had problems with the High Point. I've had a High Point 9mm, a High Point 380, a High Point 40 cal, and a High Point 45. Other than the weight issue, and the ugliness factor, I didn't have any problems with any of the High Points. Whereas I've had a Lorcin 380 and I've had a Jimenez 9mm, which was virtually the same gun, and both of those seemed to have quite a bit of problems. I'm going to take this out and shoot it again now that I've polished the feed ramp, see if that helps anything out. But really, I just wanted to throw out a review on it because I know there's not a whole lot out there on the Lorcin, because not a whole lot of people want it. I would steer clear away from this gun unless you get it for a deal like I did, where you're only coming off, I'd say, $50 max for it. So I hope you liked the review. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments, questions, anything that you have that you want to see on my channel. Different guns. I mean, I have an assortment of guns. If you look through my page, you'll see the different stuff I have. If you want me to compare and contrast And in my trading ventures, if there's something that you want to see and you throw it out there, then I will look for something that you want me to review, and maybe I can do a trade towards that, or just purchase one if I find it for the right price. And if I like it, I will put it in the safe and keep it along with the rest. I thought I might keep this Lorcin just as kind of a novelty, cheap $35, cheapest gun I've ever bought gun, but I really don't even want it as an option. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it and be done. When it comes to defending my life, I'm always going to choose the Glock. I've done several comparisons with several different guns, trying to find something that beats the Glocks. There's just nothing, in my opinion, that's going to beat a Glock with its reliability and price range. So those are just my thoughts. Two thoughts on two guns that we've got here, 9mm and 380. Almost the same size. Definitely prefer the 9mm round to the 380 round though. So please check out the rest of my videos and leave anything that you have down in the comments section, and I will address it as quickly as possible.